it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a TV show review, and today I'm going to be talking about the second episode of the Mr. Mercedes TV series. Basically, I talk all about what the series is about, my thoughts about how much I love the books, and my first episode review, so I'll link that up on the screen and in the description box for you guys. But quickly, the first episode for me was kind of average. I didn't love it. I had some problems with it, and I was a bit iffy on the casting and stuff like that, and I love the book so much, so I am pretty critical of it as an adaptation, but I have to review it as an actual just as an actual show. So yeah, but I love the books and I love this story, so I'm excited to keep watching the episodes and seeing what they do with it and how it differs, even though I'm like, don't change it, which they already have a little bit. But let's talk about episode 2. So for my non-spoilery thoughts, I really liked it better than episode 1. I thought since episode 2 I kind of got used to this casting. I kind of got used to and came to terms with that they are going to change things and that I have to just accept that and move on. And I've gotten used to the casting. Like, I'm happy with Brady. Like, I think he's like pretty good for his role. Bill, I'm still getting used to his thick Irish accent and Bill's overall attitude, which he is bitter in the books too. And I'm glad that they kept in like the swearing just like in the books as well. But I'm just kind of getting used to everybody, and I like the new cast that we're starting to meet. But let's talk about spoilers. So let's get into it. Well, I love Bill. Like, we start the episode off that someone breaks into his backyard. Well, no, this happens later in the episode, I believe. Either way, he goes into his backyard and there's this boy. Like, he runs out with a gun, because I swear Bill carries his gun everywhere. And he runs around with the gun and he goes to his backyard and he runs outside, he hears a noise and he's like, I will blow your head off for fuck's sakes. And then he sees like this young boy. So like Bill's getting a lot of shit from like Pete and stuff for, you know, almost killing a child because they trespassed. And yeah, that scene where his like arm like popped, the bone popped out, that looked kind of gross, but not like so gross that like it looked weird, but it didn't like gross me out. So I don't know how I feel about the blood and the effects in this show. Like, the first episode I wasn't a fan of like how they did it, and this time it did look kind of real, sort of. I don't know. But anyways, I find Bill hilarious, and I think he is providing some comic relief with this show. That cop that like interrogates him, I love that cop. He's just so good looking. I was like, oh hey. Bill kills me. He literally walks away from that cop. He's like, fucking dick. We finally get a letter, which episode 1 we did not get no letter. We got this sexual video. So when we finally got a letter that the Mercedes killer sent, I was like, yes, because this is like what should have happened first. This is the letter that should have happened first, with the blue umbrella stuff. So we're finally opening that side of the story and getting that username and password, Kermit the Frog, Kermit Frog 19. So finally, I was so happy to see that that's coming to the story now. Like, that's the books. That's what the books are bringing over, and they're going to incorporate that into the TV show. We want to talk about Brady a little bit more. So we see his laboratory, which, you know, his basement thing, which it's so cool. And like, you can see how he's like making videos and he's shooting videos, and like there's a section where he's like throwing blood on this piece of white paper, and his mom is like, Brady, what are you doing? And he shows her this remote, and it looks like a big fat TV remote, but it like, he's like, this can control so many things in the future, but right now it controls traffic lights, which I was like, what the fuck? Like, he literally tells his mom this, and his mom goes, cool, but she's like a little bit stunned, but she's like, is it legal? Like, of course it's not legal. Are you stupid? Like, he's controlling traffic lights. Like, so he can kill people, basically. So he can, you know, make them all green. So it'll cause an accident. Like, common sense, lady. And he goes, oh, no, it's okay, Mom. I'm just going to provide for us. Like, it's dysfunctional. Just like I remember in the books. His mom and him are so dysfunctional. Thank God there was no making out scenes with him and his mom in episode 2, because I don't want to see that. And yes, but I'm interested to see how they're gonna do the mom storyline, can't say it because it spoils later in the series, probably, because you know, if you've read the books, you know, but if you're just watching this because you've just been watching the show, I can't say anything. But Brady at his work kills me. The girl that he works with, we realize that she's from the LGBTQIA plus community. She doesn't say exactly what she identifies as, but a customer is like gay bashing her, so she defends herself, and her boss just gives them shit. So I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, he is so mean. He's like the typical like nerdy kind of boss that tries to make everything perfect, but like I love her dynamic with Brady and how they work together. I think it's just like, I just like seeing them work together, and Brady sort of acts normal at work, like sort of. And I also was really interested about the part near the end where Brady, his manager, I guess, or his boss or his manager, whatever he is on the computer, and he's like watching porn, which I'm like, I can't believe they put this on this show. So this show is clearly mature. Clearly, if you didn't get that by the swearing, interesting photos and videos that Brady sent to Hodge, or the porn that was watched later in the show, it is really mature, which it says that before you watch the show. It's like, are you 18? Like right before, if you go on the Mr. Mercedes like site thing where you can watch the show, it's just like, are you 18? So I ain't, but it's fine. Yeah, so, and then his computer blows up. Maybe I'm just being a little bit bad, but like I thought that was kind of funny. Like, I understand, like, if that happened in real life, obviously it'd be really sad, but in the show, I just thought that was funny. Like, he was just like watching porn, and then like his computer just blows up, and he's like, oh my god. But so that happens, and then also Bill gets that note, which finally he gets a letter, yes. And also, oh my god, I love the scene where Brady was like serving ice cream, which was really fucking creepy. Like, he's like, oh, have you been a nice little girl to the little girls there? And I'm like, oh my god, no, Brady, don't do anything. Brady, no. And he throws like a tennis ball or something, and Bill catches it, right? Or like he picks it up off the floor, and it has that Mr. Mercedes face on it, and he's just like shook. So yes. And then near the end, Brady goes to meet, I believe, if I remember correctly, there was this one girl in the book who, I believe it was the girl who got her Mercedes stolen. She ended up killing herself, and I know why. If you've read the books, you know why and what happened with her. But he goes to see her sister, and she's kind of saying like, oh, did this video or did this letter mention suicide, and did this happen, and Bill is like, yeah, and he's talking to her and stuff, and it ends with like that he's not gonna let it go, and that he's gonna go see one of the girl who killed herself. He's gonna go see her friend or her grandmother. I forget who it was. I have a bad memory, don't kill me. I mean, I have a bad memory, but he's gonna go see her, and he's gonna go kind of explore this more. And so I'm really excited for episode 3 to see what's gonna happen now and how this story is going to go on. Episode 2, I give this like a solid like 3.75 to 4 stars out of 5. Episode 1 kind of flopped, but episode 2 I was quite intrigued by, and it kind of made me laugh. Like, I'm enjoying it. Like, it's not like I'm not enjoying it. Like, episode 1 I was like, what the hell? But like this episode, like, I was kind of enjoying it. So let me know your thoughts on the episode down below and what you thought. I would love to hear what you guys thought of it. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be updated for when I post new videos and all that sort of stuff. You guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!